can she and Harry have been driving for months on end to see the dog because he would not leave the clinic, yet the dog is pictured during the proposal? If Meghan moved to the UK after Harry proposed to her sometime October, November, why is she claiming the dog had moved to the UK months before? So we've got a terrible load of lies and nonsense.
Breaking right now, more Instagram controversy for Meghan Markle, who is being accused of lying about the death of her dog, Guy. Prince Harry's biographer, our royal mastermind, Angela Levin, joins me now. Angela, what have you discovered about this?
Well, it's absolutely extraordinary. I felt that the dog had just died, a few days ago, and that she was very upset about it, knew that she liked dogs. And then I discovered that it actually had died in October. So I thought, why is she hanging around crying now? What about at the time? And that was another thing of drawing people attention to her, putting her, she likes to be a victim, doesn't she, every now and then she could do that. So she waited from October to now to show her sorrow, which absolutely is ridiculous. But if you go even further back, you'll see that it's the most incredible story I've ever read about a dog. I have to get my note. It's
She went on and
she
on, didn't she?
she went on and on. Yes, she referred to him as a little guy because he was so small. He followed her on Instagram back in the day. You saw him, and everything, chaos, calm, comfort. He enjoyed terrible accidents. But hang on, then you get to a sort of time scale where she and Harry were going back and forth to Surrey to see the dog because he could not leave the clinic. This was in 2017. But the thing was that the dog was unable to to leave that place. And he had two broken legs while proposing to Meghan. In a series of interviews and articles, she claimed the dog broke his leg after the engagement. So how many questions is that? It was ridiculous. How can she and Harry have been driving for months on end to see the dog because he would not leave the clinic, yet the dog is pictured during the proposal? If Meghan moved to the UK after Harry proposed to her sometime October, November, why is she claiming the dog had moved to the UK months before? So we've got a terrible load of lies and nonsense. Now, Meghan, with her crying and her understanding of the world, I don't think, she was, so upset about it all that, she couldn't cope, except when her father, who had two heart attacks and a stroke, she doesn't even send him a card. Prince Philip was dying in hospital when she realized that horrible interview she did with Oprah Winfrey was she didn't wait until he had passed. And an ex-diplomat uncle dying, the son's godmother dying, and all those things that she's acting, actually. I think she can cry very well and make sure that things that are really terrible, but she's got a big muddle here. You don't know when the dog had his broken legs, who went there, what happened. She's just full of nonsense.
Oh my goodness. Angela, absolutely. I mean, I've got a couple of things to say on this. So firstly, when I was actually reading out Meghan's post to my family, they thought that I was taking the mickey. They thought that I was making it up because it went on for so long and it was so ridiculous. And I think the line that got everyone was when she started going on, I have cried too many tears to count. The type of tears that make you get in the shower with the absurd hope that the running water on your face will somehow make you not feel them or pretend they're not here, but they are. And that's okay too. It's just nonsense, isn't it? And then, Angela, I thought back to July 2020, when I was executive editor of The Sun, the story that Meghan Markle had left Bogart, her other dog, back in Canada because she claimed he didn't like Prince Harry. So this is no real animal lover. Come on.
No. No, I think she knows that she's desperate to be loved and to be popular and to be admired. So whenever something happens, she whooshes into it and is very pleased to see what she can do with it. But it's all phony, isn't it? It's phony about going to see the terrible fires. It's phony about loving your dog. I mean, I understand people really, really can love a dog as if they're live and part of the family. But you also don't have someone who actually couldn't care less about their family or their family of their husbands and actually looks out to destroy things and to be mean and to get her own back. She's still going on about how she was treated when she was in Buckingham Palace. Now, anyone would think that, gosh, that's made her well known all around the world. She's got a load of money. She's learned a lot. Stop moaning, but she won't. She hangs on to these things. And it's the same things, whether it's a dog or a human being, that she finds what suits her for that moment, how she can make either money out of it or that she can make more and more people like her, which they don't for very long. That's what she's going to have to cope with because a lot of people now can't bear her and she doesn't know how to do it. So she'll cry about the dog. I think it's as bad as that.
Well, the thing is, Angela, if she really was crying those tears about Guy, then why the hell did she just leave Bogart, who she got at the same time in Canada? It doesn't make any sense. If you genuinely have an unconditional love for your animals, then you feel the same about them. You don't ditch one of them because your husband says that he doesn't like them. It doesn't add up. But this whole Instagram launch was botched, wasn't it, Angela? Because, of course, she posted the video as if it was all impromptu. But you could actually see, couldn't you?
Oh, I love this. This really
Yeah.
made me laugh. I thought there she was dressed in white. So she's back to being a virgin again. Writing the year was because she's going to start to have a whole new life. And it's Bugger Harry, if you don't mind me swearing. I think that's what the aim was that. Who does that? Who runs across the sand in like a 6-year-old and then writes the year down and then thinks it's wonderful. She speaks with her clothes. A lot of royals do that with brooches and clothes, and they let you know what they're feeling. And the late Queen Elizabeth did, according to what she wore. So I don't mind her doing that, but this is such a childish thing. And Harry was supposed to have filmed it, but he didn't do it very well because you could see on the other side of where she's standing that she practiced the 2025 before it was right. I expect she was quite difficult to deal with. But what does that say? Who would do that? Means I'm starting again. This is my new life. I don't want Harry. I want to go a different way. This is wonderful. And I think this whole thing that she's done, hello, goodbye, love from Meghan, it was part of getting her going. So she must be very upset. But she's like a child that she's got to have things, what she wants to do at the right time and thinking up silly things to do on the new year, wearing white is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. But of course, she still has her goons, not that many of them, but a few out in the mainstream media, Angela, who are trying to suggest that if you give this honest critique of her work, then you've got to be racist. And this is the latest
You've had it, I've had it. Yes,
Yeah.
it's nonsense.
Well, of course, it's total nonsense. I mean, it's complete nonsense. But I did want to point out this particularly egregious example of this from BET in America, which was headlined "Why Meghan Markle Stays Living Rent-Free in Some White Women's Heads. Despite her grace, intelligence, and success, Meghan Markle has become a lightning rod for criticism rooted in racism, sexism, and the discomfort of white women grappling with their own privilege." Now, but first, this episode of Outspoken is brought to you by Manscaped, the global leader in men's lifestyle and grooming. Now, every man knows the unbeatable feeling of a fresh barbershop shave. But what if I told you that you no longer have to wait weeks or even months between appointments to experience it? Introducing Manscaped's newest innovation, the Chairman Pro Electric Foil Shaver, a game changing tool that brings the luxury of a professional shave right into your home. Whether you're after that daily silky smooth finish or prefer to maintain a rugged 5 o'clock shadow, the Chairman Pro Electric Foil Shaver is your go-to for precision and style every time. After so many shaving mishaps in my past, Manscaped has improved my grooming routine no end, and I have to say, my confidence with it. So what makes the Chairman Pro stand out? Well, it's all about versatility and precision. It comes with 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. You have the skin-safe forward blade foil for that close, smooth shave when you're looking to go completely clean. And if a clean shave isn't your style, like me, that's okay. Do what I do. Switch to the skin-safe stubble trimmer to keep your stubble looking sharp and polished. Both heads are designed with skin-safe technology to help reduce razor burn and irritation so your skin feels smooth and comfortable after every shave, reducing redness or discomfort. A standout feature that truly differentiates the Chairman Pro from the rest is the Flex Adjust technology. This innovative technology ensures a superior shave by allowing both blades and the pivoting head to seamlessly adapt to the unique contours of your face. It's gentle on the neck area, helping you maintain great contact with your skin at every angle. And if you want even more precision, on the right side of the bracket, there's a precision lock. When you lock it, the blade head sits firm so you can achieve a more precise shave. And here's something that's going to make your grooming routine even easier. The Chairman Pro is waterproof, so you can use it right in the shower. And the waterproof feature doesn't just make shaving easier, it also simplifies cleanup too. Just a quick rinse under the sink and you're all set. So get the Chairman Pro today and experience a shave that is as smooth as you deserve. Head on over to manscaped.com and join the over 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by using the code Outspoken for free shipping and 20% off. Can you believe that? 20% off. That's manscaped.com using the code Outspoken. But now, back to the show. Angela, this article by Yesha Callahan is just so tone deaf because remember, Meghan was raised as a white woman, a very privileged white woman, by the way, whose father paid for everything because he was an Emmy award-winning sound director on big Hollywood shows. And when Meghan was actually putting herself forward as an actress in the early days, she referred to herself on her CV as Caucasian. So
Yes,
I found this
that's the
all very
key.
offensive,
That's the key.
actually.
Doing that at school, calling yourself that at school, you can't then pretend that you really felt that you were black during your whole life. I mean, she's just done that as well because that's been her route to saying that the royal family are racist. I think it's all carefully prepared that she finds things which she can really use them to destroy. And she was, and actually, it was very interesting because at that terrible trailer for what she's just doing, her cakes and stuff like that, somebody said, you know, if she's so keen on being black, why isn't one of her friends who she's invited been black? She's not really interested in that. And I thought that that was quite an interesting thing to say, really, that she says it all, but when it comes down to it, there wasn't a black woman there, and there should have been. She's got lots of friends who are black and half one color and half another and all that. She should have a mixture, but actually she wants pretty girls with long hair who will giggle and think she's lovely.
Yeah, totally. But this article, oh, it just annoys me so much that people try and use Meghan Markle to spread race division because
Yeah.
she's not the woman you should be backing. Because the article goes on, Angela, saying for some, it's easier to label her as difficult than to recognize the systemic racism and sexism that shape how society treats women like her. Now, again, that feels so unfortunate to me because what BET are essentially saying is that you cannot report the truth on a mixed race woman because Meghan has not been labeled as difficult, Angela. There has been report after report after report of her toxic and bullying behavior. And for anyone, by the way, that tried to suggest that this was just within the British royal family because us racist Brits didn't understand her American sensibilities and were out to get her because of her mixed race heritage, then how the hell do you explain the Hollywood Reporter last year revealing that she's bullied her own staff in America, who are
Yeah.
all American, many of whom presumably are mixed race if she's following the diversity and DEI policies that she pushes on everyone else. But these American staff members described her as a dictator in high heels.
Yes, of course, the accusations have included being self-serving, attention-seeking, or cashing in on her royal connections. So why does Meghan continue to live rent-free in so many people's heads? A large part of it, she doesn't play by the rules. When the royal family and British tabloids painted her as the problem, she didn't stay silent. She told her side of the story. When constant harassment became unbearable, she didn't accept it. She left the royal institution for the sake of her mental health and her family. So you can't deal with her, can you? You just can't. She makes her own life very difficult, I think.
Well, yeah,
There we are.
because of course
Love
that's what we
Meghan.
saw this week. Yeah. I mean, I loved this meme, Angela, because it sums it up. It sums it up, doesn't it? But look, she made her life difficult this week because she does not take advice. She makes it all about her.
Yes. And she doesn't, Harry is too scared, I think, to say anything. He doesn't dare say it. One of the things I wanted to ask you about, now that they're going to both be separated for as long as they like, but then they're going to come back. Do you think that Harry is going to be told when he has to come back and when he has to go, and that will actually do that because of the children? I mean, it seems a very strange way to live
Yeah.
to me, but she's actually over him, and maybe that's what he's going to be doing. If she said, well, you can come back for 3 days or come for the weekend or stay away for 3 weeks. But I first of all felt a little bit sorry, and then I thought this is actually very important, because once you separate from someone and you're out and doing other things, you can see them in a different light, and you actually understand more about them because you haven't got all the emotional bit. You've got the practicality, and things they've said go around in your head and you think, hey, hang on a minute. And I thought maybe he will actually suddenly realize what she's really like and
Well, you
how
only
awful
had to
she is
look
to
at the
him.
videos, and I think we can show a couple of them here. Actually, you only had to look at the videos from earlier this week when they were visiting the scene of the LA firefighters, and
Yeah.
look at Harry's face. The rose tinted glasses have come off. Angela, he can't stand her, can he? It's obvious.
No. But he doesn't know what to do with himself, actually. He doesn't know how to manage it because, let me hold your hand, don't let me cut your hand, go away, come back. I need you, I don't need you. You're awful. No, you're not. Do this for me. Don't do it. I mean, one can actually work out how difficult it would be to be her husband, and I hope that he can see through a lot of the things that we saw, years ago. I think you can get so emotionally engaged with someone that you don't actually analyze what they're doing to you. Are they making you doing the best things for you? Or are they showing the worst things? And we know exactly that she's made the most terrible things out of Harry.
Amazing analysis as ever from Angela Levin, who I should remind you all, although I know most of you know, the biographer of Prince Harry and the journalist who knows him best. Absolutely fascinating stuff, Angela. Look forward to having you back on Outspoken later in the week.
Yes, look forward to it.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.